Hello, my dear students. So, let us start today's class. Before starting any new topic, I like to discuss some examples about distance and displacement to make your concept more clear about it. Now, let us consider the first diagram. Here, O is the starting point, and any moving object is moving towards east and it goes to the point A. And then again it turns and moves towards B along north direction. So see here O is the initial point and the final point is B. Now if I ask what is the distance of this moving object? Here distance will be OA plus AB, the total distance of OA plus AB. But if I asked what is the displacement here, then you have to consider the initial point, that is O, and the final point, that is B. And displacement will be OB. Here I have given an arrow mark above OB. Why? To give the direction of the displacement, means from O to B. Now let us consider the next diagram. Here the object started from O. First it moves to A, then B, then C, and finally at F. Means it's following a zigzag path. So if we want to calculate the distance here, simply we have to measure all the distance OA plus AB plus BC plus CF. But if I asked what is the displacement here, you have to consider the initial point, that is O, and the final point, that is F, and the displacement will be OF and from O to F. Means while you are answering for distance, only the total length you have to measure, but for displacement, the shortest distance, means straight path distance from initial to final point you have to measure. Along with it, you have to mention the direction from initial to the final point. Now let us consider the third example. If you consider any string or rope and take it any zigzag way like OABF, and just allow any ant to move along this path, this curved path. Now if I asked what is the distance covered by the ant, then you have to stretch the string and the total length of the string will be the distance covered by the ant. But if I asked what is the displacement here, then you have to consider only the initial point, that is O, and the final point F, and the displacement will be OF from O to F. I think now the idea of distance and displacement is more clear to you. Now let us discuss the homework which I have given you for in last class. It was distance traveled by an object is either equal or greater than the magnitude of the displacement. Distance traveled by an object is either equal or greater than the magnitude of displacement. Now see, if you consider a straight path, the moving object is moving along a straight path, then see the distance and the displacement will be same. But if you consider the above three situation, see always distance is greater than the displacement. Is it clear? So only for the straight path, distance and displacement value magnitude will be same. But for any other situation, the displacement will be less than the distance. Is it clear? Now let us solve some numericals regarding distance and displacement. First numerical is a boy moves towards east 3 meter. He then turns and moves 4 meter towards north. We have to calculate the distance traveled by the boy and displacement of the boy. Now let us solve the problem. Here O is the initial or the starting point. So the object moves towards east from O to A, that is 3 meter, and from A to B, that is 4 meter. So the total distance will be OA plus AB, that is 3 plus 4, 7 meter. Now we have to calculate the displacement. What will be the displacement? Here see, if you join O and B, we will get a right angle triangle. So displacement will be here the shortest distance between OB, that is the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle, but the direction will be from O to B. So here displacement we can measure following the Pythagoras theorem, that is OB equals to root over OA square plus AB square. Just substitute the value and OB will be 3 meter from O to B. Is it clear? Now let us discuss one more numerical. An athlete completes one round of a circular track of diameter 200 meter in 40 seconds. What will be the distance covered and displacement at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds? I am repeating. An athlete completes one round of a circular track of diameter 200 meter in 40 seconds. What will be the distance covered and displacement at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds? So see, here the athlete runs around a track of center O with diameter 200 meter, means radius of the circle is 100 meter. Now after 2 minutes 20 seconds, we have to first calculate during this time how much or what distance the athlete will cover. So 2 minutes 20 seconds means 140 seconds. So in the given information, the athlete takes 40 seconds to complete the one round. Means in 40 seconds, if he starts from A, again he will come back to A. Now we have to calculate during 140 seconds how much he will cover. Now see, number of rounds completed in 2 minutes 20 seconds, that is in 140 seconds will be 140 dividing by 40. Therefore 3.5 means 3.5. Means he will cover full round 3 round and half round of the circle. Now what will be the distance covered here during this 3.5 times rounding? So he will cover 3.5 times of the circumference of the circle. So 3.5 into 2 pi r, we know the circumference is 2 pi r. Just substitute the value of pi and r. R is here 100 meter. So we will get 2200 meter. So during this time, distance covered will be 2200 meter. Now we will calculate the displacement. So when the athlete completes 3 rounds, his displacement will be 0 because started from A, after one round he will come back to again A, after second round again he will come back to A, again after third round he will come back to A. Means after third round his initial and final position will be same, so the displacement will be 0. But here he completed 3.5 round. So after third round, displacement will be 0. But the position of the athlete in next half round will be just opposite to his starting point. That is from A to B. Therefore, the displacement will be the diameter of the circular track, that is 200 meter. Clear? Now let us start our next topic, that is uniform motion. So what is uniform motion, or when any object, moving object we can call its motion is in uniform state? There are some conditions. See, if any moving object moves along a straight line and it always covers equal distances in equal interval of time. Again, I am repeating, if the object moves along a straight line and it covers equal distances in equal interval of time. Now let us discuss. See the picture clearly. Here the object is initially at A, means during at the starting moment it is at A. Now it is moving along east. After 1 second it travels 1 meter. Again during the next second it again travels 1 meter. During third second it travels 1 meter. And see, continuously, if you consider any one interval of time, always the object travels 1 meter. Therefore we can conclude that this object is in uniform motion. Clear? Now let us consider non-uniform motion. What is non-uniform motion? The motion of an object is said to be non-uniform if it covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. See, unequal distances in equal interval of time. Now see the next picture. If we consider the interval of time is 1 second. Now consider the first second. During the first second, the object travels 1 meter only. But during the second, it travels 2 meter. During the third second, it travels 4 meter. And during the fourth second, it travels 1 meter. Means if we consider each second individually, the distance traveled by the object is not same. Therefore, we can conclude this object is in non-uniform motion. Clear?